very quickly, before I come back to Arvind about reimagining mobility, I thought I could just ask Anil this question about what is the regulatory environment right now for fintech companies, and is there more support from the government for technology-based model?
The especially being in the fintech space, a heavily regulated space, and we being a licensed NBFC on top of it, obviously regulation and compliance are huge elements. And in many ways, a lot of our technical evolution can sometimes be just uh, pulled down a little bit by the various regulations we have. Like when we
Absolutely.
started out on our journey about a couple of years ago, we all had access to eKYC, which was a great way to onboard customers and leverage the Aadhaar infrastructure. But based on the Supreme Court judgment, that kind of went away. And so we had to quickly reinvent, right? It's a disruptive event if you built your entire business for remote onboarding based on Aadhaar-based eKYC, and that gets taken away. So we almost had to reinvent where there was a break in the process, and we went on and had to do physical pickup of loan documentation to be compliant with KYC norms. But later on, we are always trying to find solutions, and we used a lot of video and image to solve these problems. And we have been always in constant communication with the regulator. And a lot of that yielded result when late last year, early this year, RBI came up with the video KYC guidelines. And in February, we were probably the first company in India to launch video KYC. And in some ways, without that particular regulatory impetus, I mean, it would have been impossible to onboard customers during the pandemic, right?
During the pandemic. So you were prepared in a sense, right?
So yeah, and we would not have, I mean, it's us being prepared, but also the regulator, in our case, RBI, having a little bit of foresight and giving us the enabling guidelines for video KYC, how it should be done, how it should be implemented, and what the regulator will see as a compliant process. Having those guidelines in place has really helped us. And when we launched in February, we were just doing it for just routine scalability issues. But obviously, it played a huge part in this past 8 to 12 weeks. So yeah, I mean, an interesting case wherein probably RBI was more prescient than any one of us.
Anyone else?
Probably bringing that right in time for us to keep
you know,
keep expanding access to credit.
Absolutely.